Hey, Blue Milkers, this is Kent, Blue Milk Latte Solace, and
Chris Christophus Mead.
And we're talking all things Acolyte, Season 8 finale. Obviously, it's not out yet, or when you're watching this, it might be out by now, but as far as when we're dropping it, it's not out yet. We're going to be talking about all of our predictions, hopes, and wants, and all of that. We're going to be hitting one, what we want to happen,
right,
and then one, what we think is going to happen,
right,
kind of for the thing. If you want, in the comments, let us know what you guys want or what you think is going to happen. That would be very cool. I'll kick us off here.
All right.
What I want to happen is I want Quimir to be featured throughout the finale pretty well. I think the show, as it's set up, it kind of does focus a lot on Osha and May being the focal point, but I think the show strives the most when it's kind of having Quimir explain his personal philosophies of how the dark side operates, and also how they can kind of, his whole mission as far as converting an acolyte and then kind of helping them grow in the force as he sees it. What would you like to see happen, Chris?
Well, to stay with our theme, or my theme, if you watch enough of our videos about the Acolyte, especially the videos especially.
Yord's going to show up shirtless.
Well, that's what I want to happen.
No.
It's not going to happen, so I'm kind of sad. But that's what I would want to happen. It's just this final scene, Yord doing his shirtless laundry, credits.
Zombie Yord shirtless.
No, zombies are gross.
Yeah. Oh, and we already have that in Ahsoka, too.
Yeah, I don't want that.
We can have 2 zombie-filled Acolyte episodes. That would be weird.
But that's not going to happen. So I guess I got to come up with something more realistic.
Okay, what's the more realistic thing?
I think I want to see a big final lightsaber duel properly with Saul and Quimir.
Okay.
And maybe like helmet off Quimir.
Yeah.
And Saul like 1-on-1 to the death.
Yeah. And we did see Soul get pretty aggressive in that one. Do you think if they did go that route that Soul would have an even more unhinged like battle with Quimir? Because he was kind of losing it there a little bit in their previous fight.
So here's my pitch.
Okay.
So Saul and Quimir fight. Saul defeats Quimir, but by using the dark side, or kind of dipping into his baser emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Last scene maybe is Saul doing the
bearish vow.
Doing a bearish vow.
Oh,
like you see him in the room doing the bearish vow. Camera pulls out. Credits. Can't get shirtless Yord. That's my pitch.
That's the next best thing.
Yeah.
All right. Next up is what we think is going to happen. I think, as good of a writer as Leslie Headland has been thus far for most of the episodes, I think she is getting inspiration from a not too old show called Cobra Kai.
All right.
In that show, spoilers if you haven't seen Cobra Kai, we have Danny LaRusso, who has a daughter. He also has a son, but he doesn't play that important of a role. And then we also have, Johnny? Johnny has a son, and you think that they would kind of just be aligned with each parent, but as it turns out, Johnny's son ends up jumping ship to go join LaRusso's thing, and then Danny LaRusso also has kind of like an apprentice that jumps to the other side as well later on in a different season. I think they might be kind of jumping the gun by kind of jumbling that all up in one season. It might just be the setup for that to happen in a possible second season if we decide to get one. But, obviously we have Osha. She is aligned very much so with the Jedi in the opening of the show. And then we have May, who's obviously, trying to take out Jedi in the opening. It would be very interesting, developmentally wise, for them to kind of switch sides. And I think when and if we do get a second season, that's what would happen. So I think that will happen. We'll start to see the beginnings of that start to take place in the season finale. And then also, I think as much as fans might like it or might not want it, there will be a somewhat huge cliffhanger. I don't think we're going to have every single thing nicely tied up in a bow for us. There's definitely going to be some pretty big cliffhanger, a la like episode 7, The Force Awakens. Kind of, not saying like there's going to be any legacy characters in there, because there can't really be, because we're in the High Republic. But I think we'll have like a Luke standing on a cliff moment where we're like, really? That's how you're going to end this thing? And that's kind of what they're going to do. But that's just my guess. We'll see. Chris, how do you think it's going to go?
All right. Well, I'm going to agree with you on like 90% of what you said.
Okay.
I do think that we're going to have one final twist of Osha being the one who becomes the apprentice instead of May.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they've kind of set this up as like May was supposed to be the dark one, but maybe it was Osha the whole time.
Okay.
That she's actually gonna be the one who maybe becomes the apprentice.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, I think, that's basically what you're saying, more or less.
Yeah. The old switcheroo.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do like kind of a switcheroo.
Yeah.
The one thing I don't think we're gonna get is I don't think we're gonna get a full blown like
tease.
Yeah, like a full blown cliffhanger.
Okay.
I think we're gonna have a more of an abstract cliffhanger, a la like Ahsoka, where you have like Balin's skull standing on the hand of the big giant statue.
Yeah.
We're like, what's going on? But then you're like, all right, he got his end game, but I have no idea what that means.
Yeah.
And you're kind of okay if they don't explain it, but you want them to explain it. I think that's where we're gonna be by the end of it.
Okay.
We're gonna say we're okay with where it ends, but you do want another season because there's enough questions left that you kind of want answered.
Yeah, for sure. And definitely in, I think, recent press interviews, Leslie Headland has been definitely laying it on thick that if we get a second season, we can explore this, or if we get a second season, we can explore that sort of thing, which has definitely been laying it on pretty thick there. So I think that's what she's hoping for, and maybe some people at Lucasfilm too, but time will tell. Like I said at the beginning of the episode, let us know what you think is going to happen in this season finale, what you think is going to happen, or what you want to happen. Thank you guys so much for watching. We really appreciate it. We will see you next time. May the Force be with you. Whoa. Belly flopped.